Yes, it is. Are you, well, we can't see you on there though right now. You were the 9. Oh,
Need the invite information?
so what case is it?
Bill 5 real estate versus.
Yours is 157.
Oh, it already passed. 157, we already did.
They already did the 157. What's your name? 159 is yours.
Oh, so
You
then-
don't have 158? Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay.
So is that Velasco?
Yes. 159, that one's the.
So which one was the one that called me? I thought I got the last one.
So we're looking from somebody from Bill White. But the guy you're speaking to in Spanish, that made sense because Saul Reyes, I looked in the petition
Uh-huh.
and I think you were talking to the right guy at one point. Unless Velasco speaking Spanish, I don't know. Usually he speaks English.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the last number. Oh, I didn't see the call right
But
now.
there was a.
That one in? Or that's the only thing that shows right now, the 918 and 9.
Here, let me just call.
Or let me see.
Number,
the
here, let's
receipt.
call this number that they have on here. I'll get this out of the way.
Oh, it's just 100, 948. 490-6637.
Ask him if he's with Bill White Real Estate.
490-6637.
Hello? Were you able to log in?
Okay, so then we'll just put him on the phone.
¿No puede entrar? Ok, ¿puede llamar a este número?
Here, yeah, I'll call him.
Oh, you'll
Is
call
it
him?
it's a 490 number?
Ok, el juez le va a hablar, ok? Ok, bye.
Is it that same number?
Yeah. 490-6637. Board members,
Hello?
Mr. Reyes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is Robert Pearson. I'm going to bring you couldn't log on the Zoom, huh?
For some reason, I don't know, I can go, but after I put login and everything, but you say I can't.
Okay.
It's good.
Mrs. Ann Mapes is on Zoom. Ms. Mapes, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, would everybody raise their right hand? You swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Reyes, what is your cause for eviction? Why are you evicting Ms. Mapes?
Well, Your Honor, my name is Bill White.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
the owner of the property, and I did raise my right hand. I wish we were on Zoom so I could see you and you could see me. We're citing 3 areas of the lease, Your Honor, that the tenant is in default. Under paragraph 19, titled Community Policies and Rules, subparagraph 19.2, it says your apartment and other areas reserved for your private use must be kept clean. And it's our opinion that the presence of the German roaches and potentially the bed bugs are a lack of cleanliness. Under paragraph 20, prohibited contact, subparagraph 20C, it reads disturbing or threatening the rights, comfort, health, safety, or convenience of others, including our agents and employees. So frankly, it's a health and safety issue for our maintenance people, for Mr. Reyes as the property manager, for Mrs. Mapes' children that are present in the apartment. So the other issue that's aside to this is that there are the adjacent apartments, numbers 13, 15, 5, and 6, are now potentially exposed to the infestation of the bed bugs and the German roaches.
Okay, Did you
And
give?
then the last paragraph, Your Honor, is paragraph 32, default by resident. Subparagraph 32.1, it says you're in default if A, you don't pay timely rent, and Mrs. Mapes has paid her rent in a timely fashion, or B, you or any guest or occupant violates this lease, apartment rules, or fire, safety, or health. And again, we're really citing a safety and health issue for the reason for the eviction.
Okay, who has personal knowledge of the infestation?
We have a report, Your Honor, from Del Norte Exterminating, and Mr. Reyes, along with Del Norte Exterminating, had tried to help Mrs. Mapes with the infestation. And if you give me a moment, I'd like to read the notes from the Del Norte Exterminating Company report. The notes go on to say that on July 14th, Mrs. Mapes, who resides in apartment number 14 of the Westman Apartments, failed to comply to have her unit treated. She was given instructions a week before, and her appointment was given a week before. She failed to be ready at the previous time. Her appointment was for 12 noon. She was not ready, so the appointment was moved to 3 p.m. When we arrived, she was ready but refused to dispose of the mattresses, which would have been disposed of by us. An agreement was made with her and Mr. Reyes regarding the mattress disposal. When we went indoors for treatment, she denied entrance to one of the 2 bedrooms. Treatment will be useless if all of the unit is not treated entirely. The tenant in unit number 13 next to hers has moved out due to the bed bug infestation. Mrs. Mapes failed to notify management about her bed bug infestation. Management became aware of it due to complaints of others. Mrs. Mapes stated limited physical abilities due to her illness, but her daughter and another young lady that lived there at the unit failed to prepare as well. If you should have any questions, please call me at the numbers listed above. Thank you. And this is from Del Norte Exterminating Company, who is the vendor that Mr. Reyes hired to exterminate the German roaches and the bed bugs.
Okay, have you submitted that? Did you submit that with your filing?
No, Your Honor. But I can submit it.
You're gonna have to email it into JP1. That's JP1 written out. I mean, I'm sorry, not written out. The letters JP and then the numeral 1. El Paso County written out at gmail.com. So that's JP1 El Paso County, all written out at gmail.com.
Your Honor, we'll make sure we get a copy over to you.
Okay, Mrs. Mapes, do you have any question of Mr. White?
No, but I do have, that is what he said was not entirely true. We've had the problem with what I thought were water bugs, and since we first moved in, and we have tried everything.
Did you move in?
4th of July of 2019. And we have tried everything we can, and they go away and then they come back, and then they go away and then they come back. And I did not know you're supposed to call the manager if there's a problem. We were treating it ourselves. And when he came to exterminate, I had talked to Saul Reyes, the apartment manager, and I had sent him a message that said, there's this one room, it's my sister's room. She no longer lives here, and we're having it professionally cleaned because my sister was a hoarder. We tried to clean it, it was too much for us, so we're having it professionally cleaned. And I told him they're coming on July 7th to clean it. And after that, we were completely ready to have it exterminated, except for that one room. And I had told him, the manager previously, that we were going to have that room professionally cleaned, but that we couldn't find anybody to do it before the 7th of July. And he said, fine, that was fine, that they do the rest of the apartment, and that everything was fine. And when the guy from the actual exterminator came, he's the one that told me that no, it has to all be done at once. I was willing to let him do everything else except that one room. And then that one room would take another week to get it professionally cleaned. And then after that, they can come back in and do it. But they would not listen to me. The exterminator would not listen, even though I had already told the manager, and he said that that was fine. And it's not my apartment right now. It's a mess because we've been packing, but it's not
Why are you,
trash that I have in the apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. At one point, there were 4 adults and 2 kids. So it's got toys, it's got clothes, it's got, boxes stacked because we have nowhere to put it.
why were you packing?
Well, because Saul told us at the beginning of the month that I had to move out by the end of the month.
So you're preparing to move out.
Yes,
Who all lives there now?
right now is me and my 2 daughters and my 3 grandchildren. We had already been planning to move out and find a bigger place.
Okay, so have you arranged for that?
No, we're applying for places and we're trying, but right now we haven't been able to find anything because of the COVID. The rents are going up everywhere.
Huh, okay. Okay, so why the changing occupants all the time?
Excuse me?
Why the changing occupants? You said your sister lived there. Now you say it's your 2 daughters and 3 grandchildren. It seems like there's a lot of different people living there
Well,
at
no,
various
my
times.
when we first moved in, my sister lived here, but she moved out in April.
Okay, earlier you said your sister and some other people.
Yes, my sister, my 2 daughters, and my 2 grandchildren. Now it's me, my 2 daughters, and my 3 grandchildren.
Okay. Who's under the lease, Mr. White?
I'll have to defer to Saul Reyes, Your Honor. The lease is Jazz and Christine Mapes and Sharon Elizabeth Mapes, and Aria Elizabeth and Brianna. That's it. It's for people.
4 people. Who? Tell me that again. Ann, who's on the Zoom? Who else?
He knew from the beginning that
Just a minute, ma'am.
sorry,
Ann, who else?
And Aria.
Adia, who's Adia?
Aria is my daughter.
Okay, who else?
And Brianna.
Brianna, who's Brianna?
Brianna's my other daughter.
That's it.
Okay, and who's the 4th one? Adia, Brianna, and who else?
And then Sharon.
Sharon, who's Sharon?
Sharon was my sister.
Okay, so now it's your 2 daughters, but you've got 3 additional grandchildren.
Yes, at the time we moved in, I had 2 grandchildren, and he knew they were going to be living with us
Were they listed on the lease?
because no, he didn't put them on the lease because I thought because they were minors.
Is there a place on the lease for occupants?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why, did you know that the 3 grandchildren were going to live there too?
No, you don't know. We don't know.
He's denying
I
that.
told him from the beginning that my grandchildren were going to be here with us and they would stay like 4 or 5 days here and then 2 or 3 days with their dad.
Are they doing that?
Excuse me?
Are they doing that?
Yes.
So they only stay there 4 days and then they go 2-3 days with their dad?
They're here 4 or 5 days and then they're 2 or 3 days with their dad
Every week?
every week.
Okay. Who's their mother?
Brianna.
Now, Mr. White or Mr. Reyes, you mentioned that apartment 13, they moved out.
They said yes, because they have a bed bug infestation, and pest control go there, and they said are very clean people, but the infestation coming from the 14 in the apartment 5 as well.
5 moved out?
And they asked me for that. Yes, sir.
They what?
They asked me for move.
Okay, did they move out?
Not right now, but probably next month they're gonna move if we don't do nothing.
Did they give you a written notice?
No, just it's verbal.
Did 13 give you written notice?
They talked to me this morning, and then because I have a problem with the cats there.
So 13
But,
hasn't moved out either?
Yes,
Yes, they haven't moved out?
yes, they're gonna move out.
So
Yes.
nobody's moved out.
Well, not for right now, but probably next month we want to have 2 vacancies: the 14, the 13, and the 5.
Yeah, okay, well, you were telling me that they moved out.
Your Honor, if I said that I misstated, I think what I was trying to say is that the adjacent apartments are at risk of the infestation. So apartments 13, 15, 5, and 6 would be at risk of the bed bug infestation.
Okay. And I assume that the tenants of those units would have a concern enough to give you something in writing or say, listen, you got to take care of this. But I mean, are any of them present?
Yeah, I have no, they're not present on the call, Your Honor.
Okay.
But we have messages. We have messages from them, and if need be, they could be made available.
What do you mean messages? What kind of messages?
Phone messages,
Huh?
Your Honor. Phone messages, Your Honor.
Voicemail?
Voicemail messages on cell phone. Phone
Okay.
messages.
Can you play it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, it's a phone messages. It's no. I can send you for your email. You want?
What are phone messages? Is it a voicemail? Is it somebody saying, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you. Call me. This is Robert.
It's a text message.
A text message. Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. What does the text message say?
They said they have a bed bugs there.
Okay, just look at the text message and just read it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they said,
What's the date of the text message?
is it in Spanish? But I want to translate.
What is the date of the text message?
The day is, I have one on May 29th,
Okay, which one are you going to read?
apartment number 13.
Which, you said, there's one May 29th. Is that the text message you're going to read?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're reading May 29th text message.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
He said, these dirty people in the 14 have a lot bed bugs and are contaminating my apartment, and I need help.
Okay. Is there
And
another
then,
one?
well, yes, he texted me. Probably he wanna move
What's the date of the text message?
June 1st.
June 1st, okay.
Yep.
What
He
does it
said
say?
that probably he wanna move out, for the problem of the neighbors on 14.
Okay. Okay, Mrs. Mapes, do you have any questions of Mr. Reyes in relative to these text messages he's receiving?
Like I said, we have been trying to treat it ourselves because, I tell him I need something to be fixed. And 2 months later, it's still not fixed. So why
does that
would I
have-
trust him?
What does that?
Not to mention, I did not know that you could. I thought you had to treat it yourself.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grant possession. I'm gonna grant possession to Bill White, Bill White Real Estate, looks like. Is that the correct name? Bill White what?
It's real estate, Your Honor. I'm sorry, there's a typo on the
Okay.
document.
Bill White Real Estate.
Yes.
Ms. Mapes, I'm gonna grant possession. You have to vacate on or before August 4th.
Okay.
Are you asking for court costs, Mr. White?
No, Your Honor.
No? I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
No,
Okay, no.
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor. No, we're not asking for court costs.
Just possession. Okay.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Mrs. Mapes, do you have an email?
Not that I can get to. Let me, what's your email? My daughter's is BRIANNA dot Nicole,
Spell Nicole.
NICOLE 216 at gmail.com.
Okay, we'll email this to each of you, okay?
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
thank you. How do I turn it off?
I'll turn it off. Thank you.
Okay.